Thank you for joining us on the sweet language of life. This is episode 8. Hey everyone, welcome to the third series of videos. I when I started this channel, I never thought I wanted some kind of reciprocation where people would like and share and subscribe. It was a avenue for me to talk with people and just figure out life. And thankfully, I've got beautiful friends who've joined in on this journey with me. On the other side of the screen, I've got Arushi, who's someone I met in my MBA college. Um, and I'm really thankful that she joined in today. She reached out and she said, "Hey, let's talk about a few things." I said, "Okay, great. Let's talk about a few things." And thanks, Arushi, for joining.
Thanks, Chan, for inviting me to your podcast. And like I told you before as well, that when I saw your channel and when you were promoting that in your Instagram story, it kind of intrigued me that, there are a lot of few people who really want to speak and have conversations around life. And that kind of interested me. And thank you for doing that. And looking forward for the session.
Well, thank you for joining. I have immense gratitude for people who are helping me through this journey of my own personal life. But something that we were talking about just before we started recording this session was how our concept of personality has changed over the time, and how we, as the person that we identify in our thoughts with, hey, I'm thinking right now and I'm thinking this is me. How has that changed over the years for you?
Ishan, it has been a gradual shift, to be honest. I mean, the person right now I am, and before I was, and now I'm going to be, it's going to be completely different to my experience if I share with you. Because, like we were discussing, from my childhood till my 12th class, I was a person who was quite introvert and always. जिसको हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, देयर इज दिस कहावत, दबे रहना, वेरी वेरी स्कैर्ड, वेरी यू नो ऑलवेज in a bubble. I was in a bubble at that point of time and wasn't really confident as a person. Whatever I used to speak, whatever I used to communicate, I always had self doubt, and I think that is very um, we shouldn't have that. We should always, I have always read these quotes that we should always believe in ourselves and we should always trust ourselves. So, in that point of time, during that duration, till my 12th class, I'm talking about, I always used to think that this is all a marketing kind of a gimmick posters which are being sent to us, and they're all stupid. That was my thought process at that point of time. But gradually, when I shifted to my college days, that was my graduation plus MBA, you can include that. That was a turning point for me from the personality perspective, because I then became an extrovert. I mean, I didn't never I never expected that I will see that kind of a personality trait in myself. I mean, from an introvert to an extreme extrovert. Of course, there are a lot of things I have changed. Future, I can't predict. Let's see. We'll be learning more about myself because I'm still in the exploration stage, right? So I'm actually quite excited and nervous also at the same time. But I always have that mind, and I always have that mindset that I am, whatever I want to do, I can do it, and I will do it. That should be the goal, and that should be the attitude which I feel. So I was talking about my, college to my graduation duration, right? So, so the thing is, I always wanted to be a person who is outspoken, but for some reasons, personal reasons, and a lot of circumstances which were going around in my, you can say, in that area, they were quite unfavorable. That's the thing, and I just couldn't identify that how should I do it, because I was a teenager at that point of time. I just didn't understand what should I do. I mean, everything is so confusing. And I think when you are in adolescence age, that age is actually very confusing, and a lot of things are happening at the same time, whether it is physically, whether it is externally, internally. There are so many things which are going on, and it can be overwhelming for a kid. And I was experiencing that. I wanted to vent out a lot of things, but I just couldn't do it because I didn't know how to express that. So, my mother has always been very supportive of whatever things I have done, whether it is, you know, whether it was not favorable for the society or whether it was favorable. Of course, when I was wrong, she's always pointed out that, this is wrong. But whatever I have done correctly, she's always appreciated as well. So you can say I've not been that pampered also, but then I'm not over pampered also. So बीच में हूँ मैं. So my parents have always supported me, and my mother realized that thing when I discussed this, that these are some things I'm not understanding how to do it because of these certain situations happening around me. And when I discussed this, that was when I was taking admission in BBA from Manav Rachna College, which I did. And in the freshers week, we were told that whatever quality you have, whether it is poetry, singing, dancing, whatever it is, we want to see that what all you have in you apart from just studies. And that was the first day of our freshers week, and my mother was sitting with me because there were a lot of people, a lot of kids were there and with their parents, and my parents were also there with me at that point of time. And my mother looked at me and she told me that, Arushi, this is the time you can really overcome this fear of yours. Um, the things which are holding you back for some reason, which is there in your mind right now, this is the opportunity which this college is providing you. So just go ahead with it. Don't look back. And I followed her what she said, and I got up. I got to the stage. I danced, and from there onwards, my journey completely changed. And I was, you can say, I was reborn as a person. That's a big thing I'm talking, but yes, that's true. I was reborn as a person, as a new person. And I was a bit overwhelmed by myself that, oh my God, okay, this is something I did. People appreciated it. My mom was happy. I was happy. And I realized that, oh, now I need to be consistent, right? Doesn't mean that, okay, once I did and then I'm like, फिर मैं cocoon में अंदर आ गई. No. Now there are a lot of things which I needed to work upon myself, and I had anger issues in my past, in my childhood, and Ishan, as a person, what I feel is it's very important when you have a certain characteristic which is extreme. So in my case, it was anger issues, and it's very important as a person to actually accept it, that you have certain kind of issues, you have certain kind of problem, and it's okay to deal with it and not be ashamed that what society is going to think about me, right? Because if a person behaves a certain way, there is something that person has experienced in the past, whether mostly it is the childhood part, or maybe right now the situation is something, maybe it's not maybe it's unfavorable, that's why a person is reacting that way, right? So we shouldn't judge the person. What I feel is that, which I have gradually understood, because I was also a person who used to judge a lot. And gradually with time I realized, no, that's wrong. I shouldn't be doing that. Right? If I am expecting that, Ishan should not judge me the way I look or the way I wear or the way I talk, the same goes to me as well. Right? These are like, इसको कहते हैं ना, एक एक जो ताली होती है वो दो हाथों से बजती है. That is the thing which I believe. It shouldn't be only one side, two sides, both the parties. That is very important. And gradually, when I started, you can say digging all my habits, which I felt was kind of toxic to me. And of course, if it is toxic to me, it is pretty obvious that it's toxic to the other person as well. The way I'm reacting, the way I'm showing my characteristics, right? It's not about character. Character is something different, but the way you behave, I'll say. And somewhere or the other, I have been told as well that my behavior was a bit abnormal, and it was being, publicly awkward. And I am aware of it. That's true. I'm aware of it. But it's just that because at that time I didn't have that understanding. I didn't have that guidance. So couldn't react that way. And of course, now when I look back, I feel yes, I could have done that, or I could have done this, that. But then at the end of the day, I feel it's okay. I wasn't aware. And what is more important as a person is that you should forgive yourself and the other person as well if you feel that person has hurt you or you have hurt them, whatever it is. So forgiving is also one of the qualities which I'm kind of focusing on because it's not easy. I mean, when you are aware that that some person has hurt you intentionally or unintentionally, it's very, very, very difficult to actually forgive that person. But it's okay. I know I can do this, and I'm working on that. So, few characteristics which I'm kind of now exploring within myself, which is toxic to me or the other person. So I'm trying my best to overcome it, be positive, and have that willpower as well. That yes, I can do it because, like we were discussing initially, that everything is here. Whatever you are thinking, whatever thought process you are creating, it is all here. If you think that नहीं यार मैं तो बदतमीजी हूँ मैं तो गुस्सा ही करती हूँ ये करती हूँ तो क्या होता है कि that thoughts kind of just तुम्हें ना पकड़ लेते हैं एंड देन यू थिंक कि हाँ हाँ मैं तो ऐसी हूँ मैं तो ऐसी हूँ एंड प्लस वो ज्यादा बढ़ते तब है when the other person also starts saying that you have anger issues, you have this, rather than supporting you, right? So what I feel is these are the characteristics which you really need to identify first by yourself, that what all things are there I need to improvise on, and then start working on it. See, if you are doing anything new to yourself or you are trying to create a new habit or a new characteristic for yourself, it will take some time. You cannot expect that within one day or 2 days तुम्हारा हैबिट चेंज हो जाएगा या तुम एक पर्टिकुलर ट्रेट इनहेरिट कर लोगे. नो, you will have to like really work hard on that and be a bit focused also, because whatever you are doing this you are doing to be a better person for yourself and of course for the other person. That's what I think. Right now I am trying to create a balance between introvert and extrovert. That's a new word which I heard on social media. That is ambivert. Yeah, that's a word. Ambivert. Being introvert plus extrovert. So, yes. So I'm trying to balance it out because, in life, what I have experienced till now, till my, you can say 25 years of existence, balance is really, really important. Whether it is your professional life, your personal life, your spiritual life, whatever it is, in whichever direction you want to go, you have to create a balance. And to do that, you need to work a bit hard. And of course, you don't have to punish yourself, but the process of doing that should be such that you should enjoy it. You should enjoy the process. You should enjoy the journey. That you are trying to redefine yourself every time. That is
Right.
something I would like to tell people. Enjoy the phase. नो वरीज, नोबडी, बिकॉज़ अभी जज करने का इतना टाइम भी नहीं होता आजकल तो बच्चों के पास. हम इतने बिज़ी हैं अपने लाइफ में, अपने करियर्स में. सो या
Thank you for watching The Sweet Language of Life.